What are the circumstances that make you feel like I'm about to cheat?
When I feel like he gets bored.
Guys, this is absolutely wild. The fact that she's sitting there talking about that she feels like she has the urge to cheat the moment she feels a little bored is just crazy to me, because that just goes to show you that these women, they don't value themselves, they don't value the man that they are with, and they don't even value what a man is doing for a woman. Because when the woman feels like you're not doing enough, when the sky is not blue enough, these women get bored. You know, the thing about it that makes it so bad is social media, because women wake up every single day, they're looking at what's going on social media, and then they look over to the men in their bed, figuring, he's not giving me all of these things that this woman on social media is receiving, so I'm gonna just go ahead and use my social media, so I'm gonna have some men in my DMs in order to get what I cannot get from this man. And if you have a woman that is only focusing on the material aspects in a relationship, just let me tell you, that woman is not made for being in a relationship.
So why do men get so offended when women that they did not do right by and had no intentions of doing right by decides to school one of their homeboys?
Why do men feel offended? Honey, I am sure that men are getting disgusted with this type of behavior. And here's the thing about it. Why do women always blame everything on men? The man didn't treat her right. The man didn't see her worth. Obviously, she wasn't worth anything, because while the man was mistreating her, this woman was already emotionally detached from this man, already dealing with some other man in her head. All right, I'm gonna just leave that right there. Another thing is, before you even thinking about cheating on the man that is not treating you right, what happened to communicating? What happened to actually speaking about how you feel? Actually speaking about what you're expecting out of your partner? Maybe there is something that is bothering him about you that you need to fix in order to be attractive to him again. These are just factors or basics in a relationship, right? And if you do not master the basics in a relationship, you will have a mindset like this young woman just had, talking about why do men feel offended when women go ahead and, have something going on with their homeboys. Again, the homeboy is partially to blame, because a woman will always be in control of how much a man is allowed to actually do with another woman. But in this case, wrong, sweetheart, wrong type of mindset. If you are not woman enough to sit down and have that conversation with your man, then you do not have no business to be in a relationship. Women are just not the same anymore. We're talking about times have changed. It is 2025. Women have more rights than ever. Women are more vocal than ever. Yeah, but does that mean that we have to promote scandalous behavior? Absolutely not. You can still be independent. You can still be, have a strong opinion about certain topics. You can have your career, but still be in your femininity.
Been cheating on him for 3 years with his best friend. We had 2 kids, 3 and 6 years old.
This will be a case of a woman becoming a little too bored with the whole relationship that she is in. Now, this woman, as you can see, I would say that she's in her end 40s, maybe early 50s. I'm not quite sure how old she is, but women that age tend to have somewhat of a midlife crisis, meaning the man is not good enough anymore. The daily routine is a little too boring. Kids are already grown, so that means the woman has some more time on her hands. And now she's looking around like, who can make me feel valued again? Who can make me feel desired again? Who can actually be attractive to again? Because obviously, when you've been in a marriage for a long time, I'm talking about maybe 2 decades, maybe the intimacy is not as much or as often as it has been or could have been, as exciting as it was before. Meaning these women, they just turn around, look around, and wonder, who can I be attracted to? And of course, you can say that this woman in this case is not the only one to blame, because obviously it takes 2 to create a whole family with kids of 3 and 6 years old within time period of 3 years. But I'm going to say this: a woman is in control of how far another man is allowed to go with her. I could walk outside right now. If I'm giving men certain signals that allow these men to cross a certain line, they're going to cross that line. Men are going to be men. It takes a special type of man, a very disciplined man, to say, no, you know what? This is my friend. I cannot go there with you. This is nothing to be done. I have to tell my friend so he knows what type of woman he deals with. Now, is the friend conniving? Absolutely yes. But can he help it? In a way, kind of no. So I honestly blame the woman.
I cheated a lot of times, so you know.
I'm glad you admitted that.
So you're
Absolutely,
a cheater.
I am a cheater.
Ooh.
Oh no, I'm gonna tell the truth. I cheat.
You do cheat.
It is so over for the West. I mean, honestly, does this woman really think that it's a good thing that she's being so honest and truthful, saying that she is a cheater, that she does cheat a lot? Or is she really just being taken advantage of? And when I say taken advantage of, is she maybe a side chick? Maybe these men who are dealing with women like this, they're not really in a relationship with them. Maybe they're just using them for their own purposes. And in return, these women, they're getting some of their bills paid for. To me, that's only the oldest profession in the world. I'm not going to say it. I'm sure you guys know which profession that I'm talking about. Exchanging services, especially as a female, and in return, you either get some money or something is being paid for, which is basically the same thing. So who really is the beneficiary in the situation? Because, honey, the more men are running through you, the less of a woman you are.
What are the circumstances that make you feel like I'm about to cheat?
When I feel like he gets bored.
When you feel like you're bored or you feel like he's bored?
I'm bored. No,
Yeah.
I'm human. Like if I'm not happy, I know somebody gonna say, well, if you're not happy, why you stay? Bitch.
It's complicated.
Sometimes
Yeah.
it's complicated.
It's complicated.
Sometimes I need that nigga to keep paying my bills.
It's complicated.
Now, honestly, do these women listen to themselves when they speak? After they record this podcast, do they actually sit on the other side and just look at what just came out of their mouth? Because it makes no sense. For one, she's completely fine with admitting the fact that she is a cheater. That's for one. For two, she's talking about that she's a human being, and if a situation does not make her happy anymore, that she's going to have to bounce. And then she says that the situation is complicated sometimes. She stays in a relationship because her bills need to get paid. Now, if you ask this woman about being a strong woman on a different podcast, she would say, oh, she's a boss babe. She got everything under control. She can pay her own bills. When in return, watching this podcast again, she's talking about staying in a relationship with a man so her bills can get paid. But then you're talking about you want to be happy. That makes no sense to me. But this is the mindset of a modern Western woman. Everything is about her. It doesn't matter if it's classless. It doesn't matter if it makes any sense. As long as she can get her way and justify her actions, because her mental health, because her happiness is just so important to her and other women, like she's a role model in being honest and just strong and doing whatever she wants to do, using and abusing men, they're going to feel great about it. Guys, do not forget to grab your passport because this is not it. And here's one more thing that has caught my attention. If a man would sit on a podcast talking about how many women he has on the side, how much he's just doing to be happy, how many different women he's actually able to juggle at the same time, he will be all types of misogynist. You just use women. That's not fair. Somebody needs to go save those women because this man is just taking advantage of them. That's that, okay? Let a man be a man. You can't do that. You can't do that. But when a woman sits on a podcast like this young lady just did, talking about, oh, I'm a cheater. I do what I want in order to keep my happiness, it's celebrated. It's celebrated because toxic feminism does everything or justifies everything that a woman is doing. That's why it's so hard to teach these women about accountability nowadays. They do not want to hear it because they have society backing them up. I'm in America right now. I'm looking around and I'm wondering, why is nobody telling these women to put some freaking clothes on their back when they're walking around? I was at the supermarket earlier. There was a girl in a bikini. And no, I am not in Florida. I am not in Miami. I am in PA. I'm just telling you, there is no shame, no guilt, and these women, they don't care how a man is perceiving them. And then you have somebody outside of the US coming into the US not believing what she's witnessing at this moment. It's bad. Guys, that is everything I have for you. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching it. I would have never thought that it's so different, so difficult to actually make a video not being in your regular environment. I mean, I'm with my husband and everything, but still the setup is different. The way it looks is just different. It's just, I don't want to say it's weird, but it's just new to me. But I'm adjusting very well. So I'm enjoying every single moment that I can spend here with my husband. I totally do. And other than that, I hope you were able to tune in. I hope you liked it. Make sure you leave a comment under this video. What do you think about today's modern Western woman, her mindset, and what society is actually creating in these women, why these women think that they're being strong. Really, they're just degrading themselves and really not helping nobody with their new mindset. Well, other than that, thank you all so much for staying tuned, staying loyal. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. If you're new here, welcome on board. If you have been here, thank you so much.